me and you are probably a couple players away from being like we're two. Give us 3 All-Stars. We're not winning a championship, but
who says we're winning a championship?
Oh, my bad. We're winning. What position are you taking? Point. And no USA! 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 USA!
And Eagles flying.
And then when I edit this, I also multiply out our voices, so it sounds like the whole crowd of people all
that's
going,
good.
USA! And USA! And it sounds like a bunch of people.
Gunshots.
Yeah.
Squaw! Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from? That's what we should sing.
Is it?
The men's national team, we're all on the same.
That's the chant?
Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? All right. I mean, since we're talking about it, let's just talk about it. The U.S. soccer beats Iran 1-0. The boys have done it. They beat Iran, and now they're advancing to the 16-team knockout round. First off, we haven't lost once.
This is true.
1-1 Wales, 0-0 England, and then 1-0 against Iran. I love that it came down to we have to win. That makes too much sense.
Yeah, control your own destiny too. I like the not coming down to this team has to do this.
Yeah, no, it is the best. Also, tying against England, I love the newspapers that say U.S. beats England because we tied. It's my favorite.
Well, when you're given a 15% chance of winning,
it's a win,
and then you win, it's
we need to get one of those newspapers for the potty that had they're probably gonna have one for LA Times over here.
I've tried to find the LA Times before. I don't know how you find it, bro. I was pumped to Barnes and Nobles. I was going everywhere. I could not find a copy of the LA Times. Newspaper, please. It's if we cannot find an LA Times in LA, where can I find it?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so it doesn't exist, but I get some of them in Bakersfield sometimes. So do the math. So I think now we're going on to the 16 elimination game, and we're playing the Netherlands. I think the tying against England, the win against Iran. I think going into it, the boys are ready. The boys are. It feels good.
Yeah, well,
Christian's the GOAT also.
Well, and because the team has completely outperformed expectations.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And all I'm saying is the Netherlands, they've given us windmills. They've given us little wooden clogs, little wooden shoes.
Oh, that's true. They do a little dance.
We put a man on the moon. And you what?
Do a little
make
dance.
Some beer. I don't know what you got going on over there, but it's not as impressive.
Well, you go to Netherlands, it's what? You get the little wooden shoes, do a little dance?
Yeah, I think it's just they have some wooden clogs, hedonism in Amsterdam. I don't know, man.
Well, I was going to say, is the little town German, or is it... it's not a Netherlands little town, is it? Or is it Sweden?
Solving is Danish.
Okay, so there's...
It's pretty much the same thing, I feel like.
Okay, so I can go over there and just start yelling.
I don't know how far that'll get you, but...
Let's start... Dude, the GOAT, Christian Pulisic, putting his body on the line to win that game is insane. Mm-hmm. And then the fact... So I think he severed, I don't know what they call it, just a groin injury, right? Something like that?
An abdominal
injury, yeah. And for him...
It wasn't actually his
yeah, everyone was saying it was he's... But for him to put on Snapchat, great win for the boys, I'll see you Saturday, cheesing that he's going to be there.
Yeah, and this soccer team is... I don't know, I think that the future for soccer in America is pretty bright.
I think so, too.
Because... for a couple reasons. One, obviously, playing World Cup games in the United States during the next World Cup.
Uh-huh.
And then also, the team is ridiculously young.
Yeah.
Our captain is 23 years old.
Oh, yeah.
And
I saw this lineup that we played with today was the youngest lineup in the World Cup.
Yeah, and Tyler Adams is only 23, and he's the captain. And, seems like he has not only the skill, but also the leadership and the maturity to be a great player for quite a long time.
Oh, for sure.
And also, even...
Say it.
One thing that might help soccer get bigger in the U.S. is if that man Messi comes to Miami.
That's true. The rumor... There's a rumor that said, it was news that said, it has the potential to sign this massive deal with Miami.
Yeah, because that's something that even, David Beckham did that.
Yeah.
And it kind of... boosted MLS viewership was when you have a big star come to the US.
That's what it feels like is a lot or what a lot of like guys who are pretty good or really good over there in Europe, like towards the end of their career, like I'll just go make a whole bunch of money in the U.S. Like I'll come live in L.A.
Yeah, it just means you get to move to live in the United States and be like the man, even though even if you're past prime, you're still the man because it's MLS, and so an old Messi is still going to be probably the best player on his team.
Yeah, and everybody will know you're coming, even like people who don't watch soccer. Like they'll know, like when a big name, it's like Messi is coming to play MLS, to play in the MLS. Everyone's gonna know. It doesn't matter if you're an avid watcher, or like you watch sometimes. You're just watching the World Cup. You're gonna know Messi's here. And I mean, it was interesting because when I heard like Messi might come play in the MLS, my first thought was, oh, it's gonna be LA or New York. It is interesting, Miami though. It is kind of clean.
Is it interesting?
Yeah, I guess
I think it makes the most sense.
You think so?
Yes, because Messi's Spanish speaking. Miami's like a cool.
That is true. I didn't even think about that.
Place to live. I think it makes sense.
I think so. And if he ever comes over here and plays a game, I'll be there. I'll go watch the man play. I went and saw Rooney play when he came over here.
Mm-hmm. I played intramural soccer at Cal Poly.
I remember that.
What do you want with that information?
Did you ref little kids also?
That was basketball, but yeah.
Same sport.
They're in like kindergarten. I'd say,
oh, you're giving text? Hey.
No, realistically, I'd never blow the whistle. A little kid would pick up the ball, run across the court with it without even dribbling once. I'd say, come on, man.
Yeah, please spin the game.
Please don't make me blow the whistle. You know the rules.
For your last game, while you were there, you should have thrown a kid out. Yep. Nope, get out of here.
Some of the coaches deserve to be teed up a lot. I'll tell you that.
Did you ever have them like yell at you?
Yeah, bro. 76ers coach, I remember. I don't forget.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Were they named all after the NBA teams? That's my favorite. When baseball,
the Lakers were clean. They had some kid is going to the NBA.
Oh, already?
Yeah, he's in kindergarten, but he was sharpshooting.
Well, he's going to be drafted by OKC.
He's one of the OKC draft picks.
Yeah, they're already on the board.
Oh, 100%.
All right, now let's talk about even, like, we started off with good news, the USA winning, going on to the 16 round. Let's talk about the Raiders defeating the Seahawks 40-34 in overtime. What an insane game, and what a shootout. All eyes also on the boy Josh Jacobs. What a GOAT.
Yeah, I mean...
Dude, I love... I don't know if it's true, but it feels true when everyone's like, he took that, like, not giving him his fifth-year option personally. I believe it a little bit, because he's been... Like, this is better than, like, his rookie year when everyone's like, oh, he's gonna be insane. Like, Josh has been... When needed, he can carry this team.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's absolutely taking the Raiders to where they are is a big part of it. I mean, he's most rushing yards in the league, and doesn't look like he's slowing down. Yeah,
86-yard touchdown to win the game, 229 yards and 2 touchdowns, 33 attempts. They just give that man the ball, and he just gets yards.
Yeah, and he's going to get paid and deserves every bit
of it more. He's got to now.
He'd walk in and ask for a number, I'd say, yeah, sure. Just hand Josh Jacobs a blank check and see what he does with it.
I used to be team, like, don't sign running backs big money. Raiders, I'll be okay if you want to sign the boy. Like, fine, I'll be cheesing a little bit. What I do think is interesting, though, for me personally, when I was like Josh is doing great, and like I get where Josh McDaniels comes from sometimes. Like, there are the random plays where it's like, why are we doing a toss on 4th and inches, right, instead of a QB sneak? But I'm also like, oh, okay, I get it. Josh has been cooking the whole game. Still a weird situation, though, that whole thing. But I get it. It was like, if Josh is cooking the whole game, I'm probably going to try to feed him as much as I can, especially in times like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's also different ways you can do it. Like, when it's 3rd and short yardage with any team, it's a pet peeve of mine where when it's 3rd and short yardage, if you're going to hand it off, don't hand it off out of shotgun.
Exactly.
Hand it off as like, it makes sense if you need a yard, start off as close to the line as you can. Why would you start off further back than you need to, you know?
I totally agree.
I mean, sometimes I think depending on the team, sometimes it's because they want to do an option, but it is what it is.
I do think it's very interesting. I just love, like, the Raiders offense has really started to get going and start to, like, move. And they're doing this without Hunter and Darren Waller, which is going to be insane when they finally can come back, because Foster's been cooking when he needs to. Like, he's stepped up, like, Foster's been doing great, stepping up and filling that role. While the guy we just paid however much money, Darren Waller's been out, he's doing great. Mac 10's doing great. Everyone's doing great. The Raiders' offense is rolling, and I love it. And this is what we needed to see for the Raiders to start actually like stringing these wins together. We need to see the offense click. Devontae has the most touchdowns in the league. He's on pace to break his single season records in yards, catches, and receptions and touchdowns.
No, but he misses Aaron though.
Yeah, but he misses Aaron. That's unfair. It's like, oh, he's so sad. I'm like, okay. And I also love where like this last game was a good example of like, okay, like Devontae isn't the star, but like he's still being able to help, like getting these big first downs, even though the game's not focused on Devontae, but they're like on him or whatever. He's still able to make plays. Like it was like I caught myself being like, oh, Josh is doing great, and then like oh, here comes a long third down, and then Devontae first down. I'm like, forgot that man was there. Mm-hmm. Forgot the number one wide receiver in the league is on this team. He almost gave you guys full feet and thigh, but he decided to put on pants.
That was never gonna be. There was no world in which I was ever gonna just sit here in shorts and no socks. I'm not. That's on the Patreon.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We'll make a Patreon.
As soon as I knew that like it was an option to see my feet now, I was like, okay, always shoes and socks have to be on. Let's keep talking about the NFL. So Jordan Love comes late in the second half. When when Aaron Rodgers goes down, he goes 6 for 9, 113 yards and a touchdown. They still lost the Eagles 40-33. If Aaron Rodgers can't play this Sunday and Jordan continues to shine, do you think that will give like the Packers even more incentive to be like, maybe it's time we send Aaron somewhere else and just just see what Jordan can do?
I like Aaron. That being said, at this point, if I'm the Packers, I'm trading him.
Me too.
Just because, well, I mean, his deal, he's locked in for I think another 2 seasons or something like that. Yeah. But there isn't a no trade clause.
Yeah.
And I think what makes somebody worth that money is not just talent. Like when you're paying these quarterbacks that max contract, where you're getting, I don't know how much he's getting, but in order to pay a quarterback that much, I think it has to be a player that's not only physically gifted and talented, but also somebody that elevates those around them.
Yeah.
And that it's clear that they're the ones that are like carrying that team, pushing that team. And right now, it just doesn't feel like Aaron is at a point in his career where he's really like there's been years past where it feels like Aaron Rodgers is what's making that. I mean, pretty much his entire career. It's felt like Aaron Rodgers is what's taking that team to the playoffs. He's elevating that team. This year, it just doesn't really feel like he's elevating that team or making the people around him play better. And it's hard to imagine that putting like Jordan Love in there. I mean, we think about they have how many wins they have on season 4.
Yeah, I mean,
it's hard to imagine they'd be a lot worse.
I totally agree. And also, like I don't want to speak for Aaron or like try to make like judgments, but like it doesn't feel like to me like he's having that much fun like in Green Bay anymore. And like he's kind of like he's found other things. He doesn't really like I'm not saying he doesn't care about his sport, but like feels like he is a little bit ready to move on also.
Well, yeah, I think if I was the Packers, what I would be kind of doing for the rest of the season is realistically, my mind would be pretty much made up that this should be Aaron's last season there.
Yeah.
And instead, my next question is not so much whether we should keep Aaron around. My next question is Jordan Love that guy or should we draft a QB?
Yeah.
Because you've got a good QB class coming up, but also the next 2 years are both going to be probably good QB classes. And we haven't seen that much of Jordan Love. So I think now would be the time to figure out, like, is this the guy we think we can be our guy going forward? Or should we, because they're probably going to have a relatively early pick.
Yeah.
If things keep going the way they are and you could potentially get a good QB.
And I think there's multiple options for the Packers and Aaron to part ways that might be like beneficial for both. Like, if we send Aaron to like maybe he could cook in Washington, like if they want a big name guy and they don't find that the quarterbacks in their roster are good, or even the Colts, like those are good rosters who are like missing a piece or two, and I think Aaron could like really take those teams somewhere, and I think the Packers could get something out of there as well, and it would be beneficial for both teams or for the team and the player. I think
it's just a weird situation because I think Aaron like I'm not even like slandering him or saying it's a bad thing. Even it feels like looking at this point in his career, he just feels really content.
Yeah,
with like what like it feels like he's content and is kind of.
It could be his awakening.
But that makes me almost think like, I mean, trading him to another team, like he might just retire. It's like what it feels like.
That's right, because I feel like he's at that point, like where I said, like he's just like, it's just whatever.
Like rather than going to a team like the Colts and trying to be like, all right, I'm going to build this team up.
Yeah,
I feel like he might be at a point where he'd rather just kind of retire and live his best life doing
whatever
maybe hosting Jeopardy, maybe just being a regular part of the Pat McAfee show or whatever it is.
Like it feels like at this point, that's kind of what, just from like interviews and stuff. I don't really know, but it still feels like that would be the best thing for the Packers and for Aaron to do, would be to separate after this season.
And if we end up with another Bakersfield quarterback cooking,
that's what I'm saying.
Then we end up with another.
Then let it happen.
If 1/16 of the NFL teams are led by Bakersfield quarterbacks, then it is what it is, man.
It is what it is, bro.
Just QB City, bro.
Exactly. This is the place you got to be.
Grow them on trees around the.
Straight up. I remember Cody Kessler. I remember the man.
Let's talk. He was cooking at USC was really.
No, he was really good at USC.
Yeah.
I remember too.
Yeah, I've seen him. Braden Waterman's going to be in the NFL.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Nice, right? In a couple of years.
Go watch that podcast, Braden Waterman.
Tyler Carr's going to go to the NFL and then get converted to a quarterback.
That's true. That real life, that might happen to him in Fresno. They might Tyler Carr. Let's just attempt a few things.
Look behind you. I was going to say, related a little bit to, so there's a little bit related to the Jordan Love situation where, Aaron Rodgers is obviously getting paid a lot more than Jordan Love, is with the Niners, I've been seeing a little bit of Jimmy G disrespect. Yeah. And I just want to defend the man real quick, is that the biggest misunderstanding that people have with the situation that the 49ers and Jimmy G are in is they're looking at Jimmy G and are hoping that he plays to the level of a max contract player.
Yeah.
Jimmy G is it's a little bit, his contract is dependent on incentives, but Jimmy G is getting paid somewhere in the ballpark of $12 million this year, which has allowed them to pay players like Debo, bring in players like Christian McCaffrey.
Exactly.
Put so many weapons on that team.
Exactly.
So the pro or the advantage that you have with a quarterback like Jimmy G that you don't have with a quarterback like Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes, these top level guys, is that you can afford to bring in so many weapons and surround that roster with so much talent. So I think
you can kind of make up for like the level of play a little bit.
So which I think in Jimmy G's situation, I think is smart football, and it'll be interesting to see how far a team with a not quite elite quarterback goes. But I think that when you look at Jimmy G, a lot of people are holding him to these expectations. But if you hold him to the expectations of this man's getting paid $12 million and we want him to perform like a $12 million quarterback, and anything above that he does is like cherry on top. That's incredible.
So for sure, yeah.
Because if you get a guy, if you pay all these great players and then you're paying him $12 million and then he's playing like a $20 million quarterback, then that's great.
Win-win, you won.
Then he's already way outperforming his expectations that anybody set for him, and has allowed incredible talent to be on that team.
I don't think Jimmy G is not a quarterback that could carry you to the Super Bowl, but if he's on your roster and you have a good roster, he could get you there. Just like it happened already. Like he was able to get them there. Sure, like he's not going to be able to carry your team there, but you can win a Super Bowl with Jimmy G.
Well, and it seems like the narrative these past couple weeks, especially now that the 49ers are kind of finding their rhythm, is basically like, is Jimmy G going to hold back the Niners? Is he going to be the one that holds them back? It's like, if you're expecting him to play like Josh Allen, then he's not going to meet the... I mean, I don't think anybody is expecting Jimmy G to play like Josh Allen. That's an exaggeration. But, like, I don't know. I just think you have to be realistic, and like what you want out of Jimmy G is to be that $20 million quarterback. Because that's still almost twice as good as you expected him to be. Or like as much as you're getting for him. Because ultimately, it's money ball. It's all about the all about the numbies.
Dude, I saw something that said people in like 20 years are gonna be look back and be like, why is Jimmy G not a Hall of Famer? He's got 87 touchdowns, he's got a winning record and a Super Bowl appearance. Like Like, sure, now everyone's like, no. But like in the future, people are gonna look back and just stats wise, gonna be like, why is no one talking about this Jimmy Garoppolo guy?
Yeah, Jimmy G is a statistically good quarterback. If you watch a full game, there's usually maybe a couple plays where you look at it and you're like, interesting.
Yeah.
Where there's like a throw made or a decision made that you're like, all right.
Yeah. And
probably shouldn't do that.
A lot of it
don't really know what's going on there.
But. A lot of the critique also just has to be Niner fans who just have had enough. And like every time something happens, like, please, like, come on, please, Jimmy. Mm-hmm. There's been through so much over there. But yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun to see what happens when Trey comes back and he's fully healthy. What happens to Jimmy? If Jimmy gets to stay on the roster again, if he gets to.
Yeah, is there a timeline for, I mean, it's after the season, right?
Yeah. Well, they said if they make a playoff push, but I don't know.
But if Jimmy G takes you to the playoffs,
I don't know if you want to switch it.
I don't think that Trey gave you enough before he got hurt to be like, Jimmy G carried us to the playoffs, now let's bring in Trey.
And he's so,
I don't think he gave you that
He's
much.
Relatively young. So
yeah, that's
why would
what
you want
to
switch it out?
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Is like not even saying that Trey's not talented enough to be in the playoffs. Nothing like that. I'm just saying he's young, hasn't had like a lot of regular season experience. No. So to take the guy that took you to the playoffs out to put this guy in is
like the guys.
I mean, I would run a 2 QB system though. That being said, if the man can run, I'd bring him in and have him run.
If he can run, he can run, right?
If he can run, he can run. If he gets hurt, then that's out. That's rough. So I'd make sure he's healthy before I bring him back in.
Yeah, but the thing is, the man hasn't played half a season yet. Like he hasn't played 8 or 6 to 8 games. So you're really gonna if Jimmy gets you there, and it's like Trey's better. Let's see what happens. It's probably not the smartest decision to make.
No, but if I'm down 3 possessions at halftime in the playoffs and Trey's healthy, then I'll be like, let's throw him in there and see what happens.
Trey go cook. Because like the chances Trey has, like we're not gonna forget the Bears game where he was playing in a hurricane, right? Can't say that man had the best chance there. Let's see what he does. Playoffs down 3 possessions.
Yeah, honestly, the way that Trey's career has gone so far is like his rookie contract is gonna be almost up by the time he like actually has a chance to like show himself. And just due to like all these other circumstances, he's just got drafted into such a like he's probably looking at these other teams and be like, man, what if the Pats drafted me?
Yeah, or he's like, what if I just had was on a team where I just got a chance?
Or even like I mean, the Jags took Trevor Lawrence #1 overall.
Yeah,
just looking at that and being like, I mean, obviously the Niners are a much more talented team than the Jags, but he'd be like, there's some certainty there. Like, there's not certainty for our team, but for me.
Yeah, for me, like, I get
because Trevor Lawrence is like, we're not week to week, like, what's going to happen with Trevor Lawrence? We're like, yeah, he's going to ride it out and see what happens.
Yeah. I thought you had a gun. My bad.
Y'all ever been to Dickie's Barbecue?
Hey. Dickie's is good. Don't want to slander it, but they can sponsor us if you want. But some of the boys had a problem with it when we went. I just think some of the Harvester co-hosts had a problem with it.
Dickie's is great. I just think barbecues need to. If I go to a barbecue, I want good serving sizes. Don't be skimping me on the brisket.
They got to be heavy.
Don't give me a little. Oh, here's your brisket.
They got to be heavy on it. They can't like Chipotle you.
Yeah, that was like when I've had South Carolina barbecue.
They just
dumped that on there. They're like, here's a cow.
You know, Tyler has a theory about. I don't know why we're talking about this real quick, but Tyler has a theory about Chipotle where instead of going, can I have 2 chicken?
Yep.
You say
no. I say one ingredient at a time.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, I say. They say, what kind of rice, beans, and protein do you have? And I say, let's slow down. I want brown rice. And they scoop it. And then I say, okay.
But that's what he said. He says they don't know how much you're going to get. So sometimes he'll throw them off. He'll be like.
Well, or I think it just keeps them moving. Like if you hit them with a lot, then they're going to panic and move.
No, yeah, they'll go, well, yeah, exactly. So Tyler says, he's like, don't ever get 2 chicken. Do like 1 chicken and then say, and a beef.
Oh, so you're saying if you do double meat? Yeah,
if you do double meat,
sure.
But then you'll put
for sure if you're doing double meat. But I'm talking about even just in general. I don't say like give me this rice, these beans, this meat. But
that's what I do. That's why I go. Can I get whatever? No rice, no beans, corn, chicken, and they they get me. But you're taking your time. You're like
sometimes I break it up.
You go. What's good this time of year? What's in season?
I do the same thing when they're getting the chow mein at Pan Express even.
Are you a Carl's Jr. or a Wendy's guy?
Is that a comparison people make? I feel like those are two very different
What
burgers.
would it have to be? Carl's Jr. What? McDonald's?
I don't know. Carl's Jr. add a fofofo to their menu? Then if not, then
Then
there's no question. If they got a fofofo on their menu,
if they got a fofofo, you have to like low-key have a stutter when you say it. You know, fofofo?
No, I was I give it a fofofo.
And they go, I got you.
You know how sometimes people do the like tweeting at whatever every day until some.
Yeah.
I think we need to start one tweeting at the Bakersfield Condors every day until they let us drop the puck.
That's good. I feel like they might.
Yeah, they've retweeted us before and they've shared our stuff.
Shout out to Bakersfield Condors.
Shout out Bakersfield Condors.
Hey, Bakersfield Condors.
Bakersfield Condors, let us drop a puck.
Bakersfield Condors, we are your biggest fans.
We'll be there.
I was at a game last week. I was in a suite. I paid for a suite. Well, yeah, I was there, cheering. I saw the goal. It was the teddy bear toss, which made me a little sad because I was like, dang, all the boys were there last year for the teddy bear toss.
The teddy bear toss also, I launched a teddy bear from the nosebleeds, made it to the ice, and then all the little old ladies around me saw it, and they were like, here, throw mine. And then I was launching them. And like 5 for 5.
The teddy bear toss this year, the Condors scored within the first minute.
Yeah, shout out the kids.
Hey, shout
out the kids. Enjoy your teddy bears.
Yeah, enjoy your
teddy bears.
So Zach Wilson benched after going 5-2. Zach Wilson this season has 1,200 yards, 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He got benched for Mike White, who against Chicago. Okay.
Attaboy, Mike.
Hey, come on, Mikey. Hey, attaboy. Mike White versus the Chicago Bears. 315 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a W.
Mike White has stepped up when he's been given opportunities.
He does.
By the way.
You had some Mike White praise in there?
Yeah, Mike White. I mean, when Zach Wilson wasn't playing, Mike White was doing better than people would have thought he'd done.
Yeah, that's very true. And Robert Saleh came out and said Mike White playing well hasn't altered his plan for Zach Wilson because it looks like this was like a punishment for Zach Wilson.
I think benching Zach Wilson was absolutely the right decision.
I think so too.
Did you see what he said? Pile on too much to him because everybody's saying like I think some people are going a little too far.
Quickest turnaround ever. Everyone loved him beginning of the year when he's a cougar chaser. Well, completely split around. Like, wait, he's not good at football.
Yeah, I mean, I think some people are going a little too far with being like, oh, it's because he was raised this way and knew this and that. I haven't really looked too much into how he grew up, and I want to make assumptions. Yeah. That being said, he comes across not how you want your leader to come across.
No,
he's young, so some of that develops. And unfortunately, not everybody comes in as an instant leader. Not everybody's Tyler Adams. Shout out U.S. men's national team.
Whoa! Dang, I don't know what they're like. What's their symbol? What do we do? Eagle?
What?
Like, is it Wu-Tang?
Greatest team captain in the world. Tyler Adams, my hero. Come on the pod. Why'd we hit the Wu-Tang?
Why we hit the Wu-Tang for him? But I think it's for sure a punishment in the right move because what he said about his defense after like the post-game interview was wild.
Yeah, where they said
they're like, "Do you think you let your team down scoring 0 points?" He said, "I don't think I let them down." I was like, "Okay,
yeah,
that's your job, big dog."
Yeah, you
don't want to put all the blame on you, but that's what happens when you're a quarterback. Everyone's looking at you. And the fingers at you.
Yeah, if you lost 3-10, your offense produced just that one field goal. Mm-hmm. Your defense gave up just one field goal. Then you objectively let your defense down.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if your defense holds them to 3 points and you can't beat that, then it's not. You don't even need to mean it, but just get up there and say like, "Yeah, I need to do better than this."
Exactly.
You should mean it.
You should mean it.
As much as I've. Speak the truth.
You should mean it, but even if you don't, you have to say it. Then go in your car and like show that your fingers are crossed.
Yeah,
like, you have to say it. Like, oh no, my toes are crossed.
As much as some people have given Derek crap for like getting up there and they're like, it feels like every week we're saying like he's saying this is on me. We need to do better or whatever.
That's what you have to do.
Like, that's called responsibility.
That's called being. That's called
accountability.
Yeah, dude.
Like you're the leader of the team and you take accountability. That's what you're supposed to.
There would be a problem. Like there's leaders all in that Raiders locker room, like Max, everybody. But there would be a problem if these losses were coming in, you were whatever in 6, whatever in 5, and your quarterback was like, "It's not on me," and then like your like D tackle was like, we got."
Yeah, I would be really upset if I was the Jets defense.
Yeah, like did you also? I don't know why we're talking about D tackle for a second. That I forgot who it was. Snapping on Russell Wilson was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Did you see that when coming off the sideline?
Yeah.
That was hilarious to me. But yeah, you need like Zach. Is he younger than me? He's probably younger than me. That might be awful.
He's probably 22.
Yeah, Zach.
He's second year, so
so maybe he might
23, 22,
okay,
23.
So he's probably older than me. But Zach, you got to be that leader in the locker room. And even if you don't feel in your heart it's your fault, you got to try to take responsibility and at least lift your guys up. You can't push them down like that.
Yeah, which I mean, I think that's, it's just benching him and hoping that he learns from some of this stuff, because he's gotten a lot of flack for saying that, which is to be expected, and you learn and grow.
Robert Saleh, great move. I think benching him like that was a great move. You got to humble him. You got to show that like this is the NFL. Like if you're not in it, or if you're gonna hurt our team, like you're not gonna be a part of this team.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's received obviously getting benched. I don't know. They said that like his dad called him and was like, "Yo, dude, what's going on?" And like everybody's kind of been on him, which is, it's what happens when you're in a spotlight.
That's what happens.
You
yeah.
learn to do better when you have the spotlight.
And I hope like Mike White, you did amazing. Like great job stepping up for your team. I do hope though that this doesn't ruin Zach Wilson's like mentality, but instead gives him like, I hope it gives him that drive to be like, okay, I got to come back and I got to be that guy for my team and I got to work harder. I hope it doesn't have the opposite effect where he like shuts it down. He's like, I'm done.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because also this is hopping back to talking about the national team again.
Hit it, bro.
Sorry, Wu-Tang symbol. Yeah, everyone would be confused. The other countries would be like, "What is this for?"
Oh, that'd be good if we all like,
they'd
what
probably,
are they doing?
They'd probably think it's like a W for win, but that's
it's
Wu-Tang. Yeah. No, I was gonna say, remember when Marshawn was on the Steelers in like prime beast mode and he'd score and everybody would throw Skittles on the field?
Yeah, or on the Seahawks. Is that what you're saying?
Is that what I said?
You said Steelers. That's
it's a S team.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, well, exactly. But when Marshawn was on the Seahawks and was the whole beast mode thing, everyone would throw Skittles on the end zone when he scored or on the field. I just feel like because Christian is from Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. So do we throw chocolate?
So that's what needs to happen.
Yeah, I think so.
And I feel like the World Cup, the FIFA's pretty like strict about, especially when it's in Qatar. There's a lot of specific things. But
if it's in LA.
Yeah, but if it's in LA next World Cup, all I'm saying is great idea. We do the beast mode thing instead of throwing Skittles on the field.
M&Ms.
When the man scores, we throw M&Ms or Hershey's too.
Yeah, I think so.
So it could be. I was just thinking chocolate bars, just
I was thinking
hucking the mini ones. But yeah, M&Ms would work too.
And there's a good chance they sell M&Ms like just at the concession stand, so you can just go in, buy an M&Ms, and we just start launching.
Yeah. So here's the plan, guys.
Everyone listen up. This Harvard Sports sponsored, by the way. I don't know what our sign was going to be. I was going to hit an oil rig.
Yeah, listen up. Everybody that's going to the next World Cup, when Christian, who's from Hershey, scores, we throw, it could be any Hershey product, I think.
I think so.
M&Ms are easy to throw because you throw a bunch of them.
Do we do it for
M&Ms and then like the little mini
Do we do it for an assist too or just score?
Well, it depends how the game's going, I guess, about how picky you want to be. I mean, if I roll up to the game with with Hershey's in my hand, ready to throw them, I'm throwing them.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, good pass, man.
Yeah, I'm like, Christian! Or if he's going to the tunnel, imagine how bad that turns, people pelting him with him. And he's like, guys, please.
That's how it was at Cal Poly when we play UCSB and you sneak tortillas in and you throw tortillas when we score is the thing. But when it was like, I was like, guys, the first time I snuck them in and I was like, oh, I'm going to throw them when we score. But then I was like, guys, we're 75 minutes into the game. We might not be scoring. Let's just take this up. Let's just throw them.
Tortillas now.
I was like, let's just throw them now. Okay, I've got a game for you where before we've done where you try to guess a team based on like I give you the overalls of all the different offensive players, the Madden overalls, and you try to put together what team you think that is. Mm-hmm. But this time we're going a little different. I was gonna maybe hit you with the PFF grades, but PFF overcharges for grades that I'm a little. What do you think about PFF grades?
Not good. Like when they said,
I like them when they hype up my players that I like.
Yeah, but when Quinton Williams had a 60 and they said we changed something, now he has an 80. I'm like, okay.
When they said, what changed? We went back and watched, and actually he's an 80 plus. It's like, we went back and watched. What did you do when you initially gave him a grade?
Yeah, who is watching these games?
I have
theories.
Well, and we talked to.
Is there a gun to their head?
Yes. We talked to a certain multi-time Pro Bowler center who said basically that it's unfortunate because with a lot of positions, people don't really pay too much attention to PFF grades for like a quarterback or a receiver.
Yeah.
Because you have a lot more tangible statistics to look at. Like, what am I going to trust, the PFF grade or how many yards the man has?
Exactly.
But when it comes to positions like offensive line, there really are not very many to grade them. Yeah. There's not many. I mean, you can look at sacks given up, but that's still. So the stat that people actually look at, if they ever do look at stats for offensive linemen, is going to be the PFF.
Yeah.
But then you've got them being like, oh, this guy's either a 60 or like an 85. So it's like,
and then it's like, who do you
these are so ambiguous, and these aren't experts. These are just I don't know who the PFF grader people are, but I think they're kind of just random people.
You can't tell me you messed up that bad that you had a 20% increase.
Yeah.
With his original number, and you said, and then people pressed you on it, and you said, well, watch it again, and now he's an 80.
Well, if I was like an offensive lineman and I'm in contract talks and somebody brings up my PFF grade, I'm leaving the meeting.
Yeah, no, I'm like, fine, I'm out. Like, good luck, big dog.
Because there's some guys that, it's just, I don't know. PFF grades you have to take them with a grain of salt because there's some positions that they're probably more accurate for.
Yeah.
Like when they tell me about how great Max Crosby is, I'm like, yeah, I believe you. Yeah. I believe you. I'll retweet you or I'll like it.
I like those ones.
Yeah. But anyways, so we're not doing PFF grades because I wasn't going to pay $80 for it. I'm going to give you offensive positions and a brand deal that they've had, and you try to guess what team it is.
Okay.
This first team, this team's quarterback has a brand deal with State Farm.
Okay, come on.
Their tight end has a brand deal with Zen Water. And their wide receiver 1 has a brand deal with Roblox. These are all deals that they either currently have a partnership or they've had a partnership at some point within like this season.
I think I know this one just off the first one, but I really hope I'm gonna guess it's the Chiefs, and I really hope it's Juju has a deal with Roblox.
Does Juju have a deal with Roblox? Yes, it is, bro. It's
why does he have a deal with Roblox?
Yeah, Pat Mahomes notably is on all the State Farm commercials. And yeah, Juju.
Why does he have a Roblox deal?
I don't know, but he's posting stuff. This was based on my own research. I'm gathering that Juju did not choose to promote. I'm gathering that it's probably a paid partnership. He didn't choose to promote the NFL Roblox game.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, no, I said, I wonder what brand deals Juju has. Clicked on his Instagram profile, scrolled down. Oh, all right. And promoting Roblox. All right, yeah, he's come a long ways from Fortnite and branched out.
Yeah, no, he's evolved.
Yeah, you're 1 for 1. That's pretty good. I think they're gonna get tougher. Probably. You're probably not gonna get any more. I went from being a little disrespectful to like really disrespectful.
Yeah, how many are there? 3, 4?
I got 4 of them.
Okay.
All right. This team's quarterback has a partnership with Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
Oh, that is okay.
A wide receiver, their wide receiver 1 has a partnership with DraftKings. Their tight end has a partnership with Wawa. Do you know what that is? It's some convenience store and gas station. It's like I think you get food there. This could be like a little bit of a hint if you happen to know where they have Wawas.
That's what I'm saying.
But all you know is that they don't have Wawas here.
Yes,
and it's like I think it's like a convenience store where you get food and it's like I don't know, a gas station or something. And then their running back has a partnership with Fashion Nova. So realistically, there's you have nothing to go off of here.
No,
Frosted Flakes, DraftKings, Wawa.
I do have
Fashion
a guess.
Nova.
I do have a guess though.
Okay.
Dallas Cowboys.
No.
Oh my god.
Division.
No, it's not Danny.
Right. No,
he's not lit like that.
No.
Jalen?
Yeah, Jalen. Jalen Hurts.
Who's got the Wawa? Who's the Wawa boy?
Dallas Goedert. He's advertising like, I don't know. It was him with like a sandwich and was like, you can get these at Wawa. I was like, I don't know what Wawa is, but that's a good looking sandwich.
By the way, I'm gonna say when I get these wrong, they're not my fault. Those players just haven't been advertising well. Like I feel like I should know that Dallas guy is a Wawa boy. I feel like I should know.
Yeah, and
for some reason I could see.
You should probably know that Miles Sanders is rocking Fashion Nova like that, probably.
Bro,
right?
That was the one that threw me off. But why I heard that I said Zeke.
That makes sense.
I said, Zeke.
There's a lot of players in the NFL that you could convince me they have Fashion Nova.
You convince me Juju for sure is Fashion Nova. Okay.
All right, I almost just listed off the name of the team. All right, this one. So this team's quarterback has a partnership with Lordstrom Motors electric cars. Okay. Their wide receiver 1 has his own chips through Kroger.
No way.
He's on the front. He's on the chips.
So like Wheaties, like old school Wheaties, like the cereal, where he's on the front.
Like if you pulled up and you bought these in a store, he'd be on the front.
Okay.
Okay. Their running back. Yeah. Okay. Their running back had a quick partnership with Madden 23. Their tight end has a partnership with the Dairy Alliance. Don't make me look up what that is.
Oh, man. What? Okay.
Yeah, so quarterback, electric cars, wide receiver, chips, running back, Madden, which doesn't really help you that much, probably. Well, I mean, none of it really helps you at all, actually. And then tight end partnered with the Dairy Alliance.
None of these are like a secret. Like none of these are like, oh, by the way, like, oh, everybody knows this dude loves dairy. I'm going to go another AFC West. I'm going to go Chargers.
No.
Dang it.
Joey B is rocking the electric cars.
Not Joe B.
Yeah, it's the Bengals.
Yeah. Oh, man.
It's the Bengals.
You know what's weird?
You could find Jamar Chase on some chips.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. What's weird is when you said electric cars quarterback, I instantly went to, even though it's a college team, went to Will Levis because of his goated Bronco deals.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, all right.
Yeah, okay. So you start off 1-0, now you're 1-2.
Okay, let's go.
All right. And this one, it's not really going to help you at all.
Rome was a building today.
Okay.
What was that? What did that quote
Think about it. Write it down. Write it down, pin it above your bed, read it every time you wake up. Austin Carr quote. He's the first one to say that. Okay.
Bakersfield wasn't built in an afternoon.
You could convince me Oildale was, and I'd have to believe you.
No, Shafter was built in a weekend.
Like there's some, it's a day one Minecraft.
How long did it take for them to build Taft? I gotta think. I gotta get this one. I gotta even it up.
This team's quarterback has a partnership with DirecTV, and has actually been on a couple commercials, so there's a chance that you've seen them.
Crap.
This team's wide receiver 1 has a partnership with Chipotle.
Oh, these are big names too. This isn't Wawa.
Yeah, I'm about to throw in.
You're about to throw Wawa at me. Okay.
Well, okay. Their tight end did a partnership with DraftKings.
Okay, still good.
Their running back is Their running back is a Unicorn Hunters ambassador. An ambassador for Unicorn Hunters. Do you want an explanation, or are you good?
Sure. Did they find any?
I think, to be honest, I didn't do...
Did they find any unicorns?
I don't know how successful they are. Yeah, so he's an ambassador for Unicorn Hunters. I didn't do that much research, but I think it's some sort of crypto thing. It used a lot of technological stuff about decentralizing or
something,
democratizing money and stuff like that. So I think it's some sort of crypto, some sort of online something. Yeah, it's a crypto Bitcoin something. It's a unicorn. Unicorn Hunters.
Who would they get to do DirecTV? Who is brave enough? Who is big enough?
If you want another little hint,
yeah, give me another little hint.
The wide receiver is also on the DirecTV partnership. That probably didn't help you at all, though.
Is this the Cowboys?
This is the Cowboys.
I knew it.
How did you know that?
That got me because that was the one that got me. The commercial with Dak fighting like the Real Housewives of whatever.
Yes.
That one got me. Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah. So You went
2 for 2.
You went 2 and 2, and the 2 that you got were the ones that are like actually commercials.
Yeah.
The others are just like they post stuff on their Instagram, and if you follow them, you might have seen it.
Well, the one that got me was Roblox. I was like, okay, the one Patrick Mahomes.
Roblox feels like a Juju thing.
No, that's Juju for sure. The Patrick Mahomes one was I've actually seen that one. I've seen the Dak one. Never seen Wawa. That was good.
I think it was called Wawa.
How many did you guys get?
I've people might be mad because I've heard Wawa. Wawa might be like a really big deal, and people are talking about it.
Oh, sorry. I lived on the East Coast. I don't remember Wawa. I remember Come and Go. Come and Go is a real gas station.
We might be disrespecting Wawa, and I hope people are in the comments are like, we love Wawa over here on the East Coast. It's Wawa keeps us alive. How can you disrespect it?
We love Wawa, and guess what?
You called it a convenience store.
You're gonna say we love Wawa. I'm gonna be looking at you laughing that you just had to type out Wawa.
All I'm saying is that I googled what is Wawa, and it said convenience store. That's what it is.
You're gonna blame Google?
Go Attack. I don't even know Google's CEO's name. Someone probably owns them.
Next time you guys see us, we'll be in a different location. Every time you turn off this podcast, we get closer to you.
We're mobile.
For every second you're not moving, I'm sprinting towards your direction.
Wow. Or is it like you're like an Enderman? You teleport.
Forever? Well, that's not Enderman. Also, real quick, talking about doing commercials, DC4 is doing a new commercial for like some clothing company. I know that's what I'm getting for Christmas now. Real quick.
Is it clean clothes?
Yeah, we'll hope so.
Well, you can't say no because then he's gonna.
It was great clothes, and I'm excited for Christmas. So you got some sources over there?
Yeah, well, for one, I just want to say anything that just says sources say, I'm immediately like not putting that much like respect on this article.
This is a water boy probably.
But yeah. Anyways, this article, this is a report that the Lakers locker room reportedly, the Lakers locker room, their rocker room.
Saleh sells seashells.
It's a room full of rocking chairs where they all hang out after the game because they're all old and they just need a vibe. They're all rocking. Like LeBron drinks his wine and they all just rock.
Yeah.
Okay, but the Lakers locker room reportedly believes that they are just a couple players away from being a legitimate championship team, says sources. First of all, your sources, I don't even want to know who the sources are.
I don't want to know.
But
it might have been LeBron.
saying this is an example of an article that doesn't need to exist.
Yeah.
Sources say we don't have a direct quote, and the general idea is we're a few good players away from a championship team. Any team in the NBA is a few good players away.
Exactly.
Take Giannis, take Giannis, Steph, and Embiid and throw them all on a team. That's a couple good players. Championship team. Like any team in the NBA is a couple good players away from a championship.
The Lakers are a Steph Curry away from a championship. Thanks, man.
Me and you are probably a couple players away from being like we're two. Give us 3 All-Stars. We're not winning a championship, but who
says we're winning a championship?
Oh, my bad. We're winning. What position are you taking? Point.
I don't
know why I went there.
I'm not scoring. I'm just giving assists.
I'm probably just vibing.
That's your job. All right, Austin, you pass the ball and Noah, you're just vibing.
I'd be going, yeah, Giannis.
I could play the zone defense probably well. Back corner.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there vibing.
But that's something that I saw. I was scrolling through Twitter, saw that headline and was like, whoa. And then I thought about it, was like, that's the most like nothing. Like that's nothing.
That's like
that headline Obvious. Says nothing.
That's Captain Obvious. Yeah.
Sources say, so we don't know who the sources are, but there's someone involved in the Lakers organization that thinks that the Lakers think that they could be a championship team if they had a few good players.
Sources say Raiders frustrated with losing. Also, okay. Thought they were cheesing.
Also, you have a few Hall of Fame. You have like multiple. How many future Hall of Fame players are on your roster? And
more
you're
than one.
Few good players away.
Exactly.
Like, my man.
Like, please, bro.
You've got at least 3 future Hall of Famers that I can think of that are.
I don't know if I want to jinx it. Aren't they on like a 2-game winning streak? They're back.
No. They're not back.
Some Raider fans got stressed out when I posted the picture.
Oh, you're talking about the Raiders. I was talking about the Lakers.
No, I was talking about the Lakers. Okay. Yeah, but obviously some Raider fans got stressed out when I posted the picture that said the Raiders are in the hunt. The people said, "Don't do this to us."
It's that. Don't do this. Do what? Give me hope.
Yeah. That is wild, but that's like realistically, that's how some people make their money and make their living is just tweeting stuff like that. Like that's all you have to say is like you could put together words and like it works. Like you could it gets Saul all the time. It gets our friends all the time.
Yeah.
Lakers need better players, and then Saul's like, yes.
Well, the thing is,
Nets need good players to win. Thanks.
Yeah, because when you say something like that, it's like, I don't know. I mean, what's worse, saying something that like is just not really true, or something that's like so obviously like goes without saying?
I think so obvious true is way worse.
It's like, thanks, man. Like,
well, it's like
breaking. Sources say that Tom Brady thinks that he would rather have been winning more games this season.
Yeah, no, like the ones that always got me were the Nets ones, where it's like Nets play better when Kyrie, KD, and Harden are on the court. I'm like, oh, okay. I wonder why. All three superstars. Yeah, great. All three superstars on the court. Thank you. You just gave me new thoughts. Like you gave me. I never thought of that. I didn't think we were good. Let's us start doing it. What could we say that would get people to like? What could we say that's so obviously true, but people still fall for?
Well, and then we can just say sources say
Raiders frustrated with losing.
Well, or even I was just gonna say like sources say, and I'm the source.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I'm not a good source, but I'm like sources say, LeBron.
Well,
yeah.
People don't realize how easy it is for like stories like this to come out because Derek's my uncle. I would be a source close to the organization.
Well, and depending on how reputable, if this is coming from ESPN or if this is somewhere less reputable, it doesn't even need to be anything that good. No. It can be anyone.
Can we just do
sources say? I'm like, oh, sources. Well,
sources in the media.
Yeah, that's facts. But I also want to point out the chances that Overtime Megan is watching this podcast are not 0.
Frank, make sure that's in. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Dude, let's role play. Do you want to be the Jets coach or Zach Wilson? This is a new segment we're going to do where we role play things that happened on this week in the NFL. We're going to reenact it. How it happened.
I'll be Zach Wilson. You tell me.
Okay.
You cut me or bench me. How does he sound? Me. Robert Saleh.
Oh, facts. He's Italian, right?
Yeah. Hey, Robert.
Hey, Zach. I don't know why I went with that.
Why'd you go Greedo?
That sounded like Greedo from. No, I went. They're supposed to be Italian.
I do. Oh, reset camera. Frank, here he comes.
Zach Wilson. I'm Italian. What? Robert Saleh.
What's up, Robert?
I don't know if I've ever heard Robert talk. I definitely have, but he's
a man. Come in here like you're a man. What would you do if you were a man? Oh, double pocket.
Hey, Zach.
What's up, Coach?
We need to talk.
Well, what's up?
You been on social media at all lately? Been looking what they're saying?
I try to stay off that after,
They're saying that you're a tool. What do you got to say about that?
What do you want me to hammer?
I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying.
Sorry, explain it to me.
And if that was sass, then I'd rather you not give it to me right now.
Sorry, Coach.
Zach, how'd you do on Sunday?
I think I did.
I think you did bad. Okay? Tell me that. Say I did bad. Say I'm Zach, I did bad. Say it.
Coach, I don't think I did that bad.
Really?
I think the defense could have stepped up a little more.
Do you think you're going to do better this week?
I of course, yeah.
I don't think so. I think you're going to be on the bench. I think you're not going to get a single completion.
But do you think I'm going to be on the bench, or are you telling me I'm going to be on the
Zach?
Yes, Coach.
Where do you think you're going to be?
In the end zone.
I think you're going to be on the bench.
Why do you think that? Am I going to get injured or something?
Have you ever heard of Mike White?
He's actually standing right there.
Mike, come in.
Mike, what's up, man?
I'm starting Mike on Sunday.
Mike, do you agree with that? Yes?
The media, they're saying things. You know what they're saying?
What are they saying?
They're saying that you're a little D-bag who needs to be put in his place. What do you make of those reports?
Sorry, coach.
You see the injury reports?
No.
You're on it for being a little baby boy.
I'm glad you, as Mike Saleh, cut or benched me nice and weren't like you didn't moneyball me.
By the way,
still going.
I'd prefer you stop texting my wife. It's not cool. And it's one of the reasons I'm benching you. Not the primary reason, but it's one of the reasons. Please stop texting my wife, Zach. Please. Stop sending her pictures of you flexing.
Please, Zach. Please no Zach for real. Zach, up here. Focus for a second, please. I'm begging you.